Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon. Of course, if you had not been here before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. You guys know what is up with that. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about a couple new products from Charlotte Tilbury, the new Fire Rose Luxury Palette, this guy right here, as well as the Charlotte Tilbury Sunset Rose Cream Shadow, this guy right here. So I'm not going to be using this in the eye look today, but I am going to be using this palette fully on my eyes. I did use every shade. And we're just going to talk about these two releases, my thoughts on them, all that good stuff. If you guys are interested in hearing about that, then just keep watching. All right, guys, so Charlotte Tilbury recently released a new luxury palette. This is actually the first luxury palette that I am trying. I do have her holiday release this year, the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, this guy right here. This is the first palette I ever purchased from her, and I like it so much that I wanted to try one of these quads. So I thought I would pick this one up. It came out a little bit early. I had like a 48-hour time frame that you could purchase it, like an early release, if you sign up for her emails, which she does often. And I decided to purchase this. I know it's expensive. This actually retails for $66 Canadian, which is insane for 4 shadows. I probably won't purchase these a lot because I just think it's too expensive for 4 shades, but I did want to test these out and let you guys know what I think about them in regards to like comparing these to other shadows. And I just really wanted to try them out, and I really wanted this cream shadow because it's in the shade Sunset Rose. It's kind of like a dusty pink, like mauve tone. Like, look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. So I'm not going to use that today, but I will swatch this one out for you guys. I've had one of these before and I do really like her cream shadows. I used to actually say these weren't worth the money, but then the more I used the one I had the rose gold one, I really liked it. And these never like dry out. I've had the other one for almost a year and it was still the same moussey consistency. It still felt the exact same as it did when I bought it. So for me, that's like a total win. So I really like this product, so I wanted to pick this up, and I figured I would just bundle them together and get this one. I think I did bundle them and get a deal on them, actually. I can't remember the exact price on the bundle deal. I'm sure that will become available on her site. I will say Charlotte shipping is perfection. It literally took, I ordered, I think, the day it released. It didn't come the next day, but it came the very next day to my doorstep. So, and I've had like made orders from her. I'm in Canada. I've made orders from her and had it the very next day. So really great shipping. It should be for the price point, and it is a luxury brand. So I do like that she actually matches her shipping with the luxury aspect of her brand. A lot of brands don't do that. Pat McGrath, are you watching? Because you need to take some notes from Charlotte. Just saying. Just saying, Pat. Charlotte does a better job. But yeah, this is the palette. It's the Fire Rose palette. It does show you the shades on the back here if you're curious or if you want to look at them. It has an 18-month shelf life. There is 4.5 grams or 0.15 fluid ounces, and it is made in Italy. And it does have the pretty holiday packaging. Look at that. So beautiful. And then you open her up. So this is the shades right here. Really beautiful. This, of course, is the Poppy shade. The celestial kind of shade. Now they did say this shade in this palette is actually supposed to be like an ultimate pop shade. So this is supposed to be more sparkly and metallic. I can't say whether it is because I haven't tried the other palettes, but this is poppy. Like I have this on my lid, and you'll see when I actually try this on in the actual like clip where I'm doing this eyeshadow look, how beautiful this is. There is fallout with this shade. I kind of expected it as it is kind of more of a sparkly shade, so there is that, but it does work really beautifully, and I was able to dust off most under my eyes. The matte shade, absolutely beautiful, blended out beautifully. You'll see that in the clip as well. I actually like all of the shades in here, spoiler alert. But yeah, really pretty. I'm excited to try these guys out. I'm going to go ahead, I'll just do some swatches for you before we go into the clip. I'll do the top 2 shades. And then I'll do the Poppy shade. So beautiful. Get some good swatches going there. Okay. So that's the swatches. And this is the Pop shade right here. Look at that. But look how intense like the metallics even are. Like, honestly, really pleased with the quality on this palette. I will say there are some similar shades in here. Like, This brown is pretty similar to the brown in this palette. This shade is a little bit more red tone, whereas the one in here is a little bit more burgundy toned. And then some of these shades, like this shade right here, is kind of similar to this shade over here, but a little bit, let me actually swatch the one beside it. Yeah, that one's a little bit more peachy. So you can see those two right there, but they're pretty similar, but it is a little bit more of a peachy tone. And then if I go in with that brown, let's go with the brown beside the brown. Yeah, so that brown in this palette is a little deeper. You can see this is the one from the Instant Eye palette here, and then this is the one from the Fire Rose palette. Yeah, so those are kind of the differences, and then we'll go in with this shade here. This shade, like I said, a little more red tone. This one's a little bit more burgundy tone, but there are kind of similar shades in this palette if you have it. You don't necessarily need this palette, so I thought I would swatch those out together, and I'm sure if you have other palettes from her, you'll find similarities on it, but I just wanted to kind of show you those shades swatched out so I could compare something to her other palettes. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is the cream shadow. I'm not going to use this in the look today, but I wanted to show you this guy. It does come with 7 mils or 0.23 fluid ounces. It's called Sunset Rose. It's on the back. There is a more coppery one she released as well, but this is the one I was curious about. Ooh, and it is so pretty. Her like cream shadow formula is so beautiful. It blends out like really nice. It's not too metallic. That's kind of why I didn't like it initially. It's more of that subtle kind of metallic look, but it's still really beautiful. These are long lasting. They don't crease on me either, which I really appreciate. So these do really hold their consistency, which I really love because like I said, I have others in my collection that don't. So I'm excited for this one. I really wanted to pick this up and I love her cream shadows. So if you haven't tried them, you definitely should. Okay guys, so we are gonna go ahead and get into the clip of me actually using the palette. Okay, so I'm first gonna go with the shade down here called Smoke. So this matte shade right here, obviously like I said, there's only a few looks you can do with this palette, but this is the one matte shade. So I'm gonna go in with that shade on ES07. This is a Juno & Co brush. I'm just gonna dip in, see how pigmented these are. We're going to go in on the side. Now there seems to be a decent amount of pigment to that. I've heard these are pretty pigmented. I know her other palette, like I said, I had the Instant Eye palette that came out this year, the Bejeweled one for holiday, and that one is like uber pigmented. I think that one might be a little bit more than this one, but this one's still really nice. And like I said, I've said before, I don't care if something's like, you know, pack right on, as long as it like packs on well and you can build it up well and it blends out well. That's what I look for in eyeshadows. We're just going to build this up a little bit on that outer part and in the crease. And I did have a concealer down. I usually just use an eye base, but I decided to do my base first, which is weird for me. I don't usually do a base first. I should get that out of the video here for you guys. Yeah, just showing you the packaging. I'll get that out of the video. I'm using that as my mirror, so I always use my palettes for mirrors. It's just easier for me. So I hate it when a palette doesn't have a mirror, but this does have a nice little mirror in it, even though it's tiny. I'm just really gonna kind of buff that out on the edges, but yeah, it's coming out really pretty. I really want to build it up right here. I want that to be the most impactful spot on my eye. I'm going to go over just a little. Just take that in a little bit. I don't want to take it in the full way dark. I want it more dark right here. I'm pretty impressed though with how that's laying down. It looks nice. Like it doesn't look patchy at all, which is nice. I like when a matte shadow is really easy to blend out, because if it starts getting like stuck in areas and hard to blend out, I don't usually F with that. Like I just will use a different palette. So I like how this is blending out, and it should blend out nicely and apply nicely for the price point, to be honest. But yeah, I think it looks pretty. I'm just gonna kind of lightly go over that edge. So everything looks a bit blended. Ooh, I think that looks pretty. And I am gonna go in, I kind of want to use every shade in this palette just because like I'm trying it out for the first time. So I'm probably going to go in with this shade down here and I'm just going to apply that to my finger. Ooh, it feels really nice. Okay. I'm going to put that right here. That is super beautiful. I'm gonna take another finger and just kind of like blend it in. That's super beautiful. Ooh, I like that. It's like sheeny, but like classic. I don't know how to explain it. Like more of a mature sheen. And then I want to put this shade right here in the inner part. And then I'm going to put that sparkle shade kind of like over top. So I'm going to take that again. I clean my finger off. So I'm going to go in with the shade right here. Oh, looks pretty. Ooh, these are quite metallic. I'm surprised. No, you can, of course, use a brush for this. I just didn't feel like using a brush for it. I like to use my fingers on shades like this, but they feel like they would pick up really well on a brush, so that's a good. I can almost tell when I feel a shadow in the pan if it's going to pick up on a brush. Ooh, that's pretty. Very nice. Okay. And then I want to take this pop shade. I'm going to take that on my index finger. This is supposed to be, like I said, a more intense version of the pop shade. I'm kind of going to go over this area. More so it's focused on the center, where that brown shade is. That is poppy. I will say I do have fallout that you can see here. I'm just going to see if that'll dust away. But I kind of want to focus it more there. That's actually really, really pretty, guys. Like way prettier than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to grab, this is just a Morphe. This is part of the MUA Life set. You can't purchase this separately, but I'm sure they have a similar brush. I'm just going to see if I can dust that mostly. I can dust it mostly away, but there is still some sparkle fallout. So be aware if you are someone that actually does your makeup first. I usually don't, but I did for today, but just be aware of that. There is some fallout. Ew, but that is really pretty. I'm just gonna add some more of this matte shade right here just to kind of make sure that doesn't fade out or lose kind of its intensity. It will travel to a little bit up here. You can see, like, if you use probably a glitter glue base, you probably could avoid that. I don't really care because this isn't very technical, but just if you are being a little bit more technical, you may not like that, but that's how that is looking. I'm just going to pull this a little bit down. Not too much, just a little bit to connect it. I think that's pretty. And I'm just going to put a little bit more of this shade down here, right in here. And I'll add more to the inner corner once I finish the look. So I'll probably go over it, but look how pretty that is. Ooh. Let's add some more, just because I like that color. That's freaking beautiful. I like that a lot. Okay. Yeah, that turned out really beautiful. I just have to do the other side, but like, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side off camera, and then we'll come back and finish up the lower lash line. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna go in with that matte shade on the lower lash line. I did go ahead and add like an essence, like just a plain liner on the waterline. Why can't I think about that? Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and add this on the lower lash line. We'll blend that out a little bit. I don't want anything too crazy down here. Definitely focused right there. Just kind of meet that up. And then I want to take a little, I'm going to clean that brush off, and I want to take a little of this shade right here and just kind of pop it right here. And meet up with that so I have some sparkle. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. We'll do the same thing on the other side. This palette's like super easy to work with, so that's really nice. Like everything blends out really easily, which I really appreciate, like I said. Anything that's easy for me is great. And then I'm going to take that sparkly shade. Again, neat that up. Okay, super pretty. I think I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid liner. And yeah, that's pretty much the finished look. I'm just going to add some liquid liner and mascara, and then yeah, I'll come back and show you the finished look. All right, guys, so I went ahead and finished that up. So I did go ahead and add, I used the Essence Eyeliner Pen, waterproof, this one right here. It's in like the blue packaging, really inexpensive. You're probably like, why are you using such a cheap liner with such an expensive palette? But I love this liner. I use both drugstore and high-end, guys. So you'll see that if you follow me on Instagram at ShineShawsBeauty, it's always like a mix-up of products. Like it's never just high-end usually or just drugstore. It's like a mix of both. But yeah, this is the finished eye look. What do you guys think? The wings are not perfect. Don't come for me. I'm not perfect sometimes with the wings, but that's the wings. I use that eyeliner and it is really good. I'm just not perfect at eyeliner. For mascara, I went ahead and I used, let me pull them out. I've been using these two constantly. I use the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes. This guy right here. This is actually really waterproof and smudge proof. I always put this on my lower lash line because it doesn't smudge or transfer down, which most mascaras do. And then on my actual like lashes, I use the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes, the double-ended one. I love this. Love it. I was skeptical, but it's really good. But yeah, anyways, that's all I did. I added some of that pop shade, the Celestial shade, in the inner parts of my eye. And then I did put some of the other kind of more pinky tone shade, the other lighter shade up here. I will say it's not super light. It's more of a deeper pink. It doesn't like look like that so much on camera, but it is a bit of a deeper shade. It's right on this inner part here. So it looks a little bit darker on the eyes than it does in the pan, but it's really beautiful. I think the look turned out really nice and it was really easy for me to do. You guys could see that. So I think I will be using that palette a bit. I do think it looks really pretty. All right, guys, so I am back with my son Dale because he decided to link up and he's going to be a good boy while we finish this little video out, I hope. But yeah, guys, I love the cream shadows, so you already know I like that. I didn't use it in the clip, but I did go ahead, and it's actually still swatched on me. Look at that. Now, as far as the little quad, I really like this. I do really think it's pretty. I think it's great quality if you're looking for a luxury quality quad. This will definitely work for you. I had no issues with any of the shades in here. They are actually really stunning. But like I said, I think you can find more inexpensive brands to try a quad from if you don't want to spend this kind of cash. So I totally get that. I just really wanted to try it out for you guys, but I did enjoy it. And I don't know, if I'm feeling bougie in the future and I want to purchase another, I may if it speaks to me, but I am happy to have tried this out. I do think it really is matching the quality of the holiday palette too. This one's beautiful, by the way. If you want to pick up a really expensive one, pick this one up. It's pretty, but yeah, I did really like this, not gonna lie. I'm really impressed with Charlotte's quality, so, you know, I may purchase some more things from her depending on if I can. They are pricey, but I did like this overall, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the eye look. I think it turned out beautiful. If you did like it, this video, or the eye look, whatever, make sure you do give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and the bell notification. You guys know I'm not the most freaking uploader, but I'm trying to be. But I love you guys so much, and me and Dale, well, hopefully just me. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.